Hello everybody, my name is Noah and welcome to my review of NXT TakeOver Toronto 2019. Technically I guess Toronto 2 because there's been a Toronto before, but they're not calling it Toronto 2. So the last Toronto wasn't until like 2000, wasn't like, when was it? 2016, I think? Yeah. But this, per usual with TakeOvers, was an incredible card, not even surprised. The main event was one of the best matches I've ever seen, but we'll get to that. But let's get to the whole show, for that matter. Alright, per usual 5-match card, the shortest match tonight was 15 minutes, so every match got a lot of time. First one was the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, defending the tag team titles against the Undisputed Era of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. This took a little bit to pick up, but once it picked up, it did pretty good. While they have good chemistry, I'd say they don't maybe have... The Era have had more chemistry with, like, this is not like the top team they've faced, right, in terms of chemistry. I'd say the team they had the best chemistry with was maybe they're pretty good. I'd say Mustache Mountain, to be honest. I think they even had a 5-star match. I'd say Mustache Mountain's probably who they had the best chemistry with, but they still have good chemistry. The match really picked up, and near the end, surprisingly, the Street Profits won. Surprisingly to me, because I really thought they were going to put all the belts on the Era tonight, but they just straight up dashed that dream to start the show. They were just like, to start the show, they're like, nope, not doing it. I also thought the Profits would be dropping the belts because they just got called up. Well, kinda. They've been on Raw every week doing backstage promos and they still have the belts, but they haven't actually been wrestling. So I guess they'll just keep doing that and not actually have any matches. I mean, fair enough, I guess. But yeah, good match, good start. Surprising result, but not necessarily upset about it. Up next, Io Shirai versus Candice LaRae, and in her words, Candice LaRae finally got to be Candice LaRae in this one. These two women definitely got to showcase what they can do. Again, this was the shortest match. No, actually, no, this is the second shortest match tonight. I'm sorry, I thought every match was 15 minutes. I missed one, but this is the second shortest match tonight then, at 15 minutes exactly. They just beat the fuck out of each other, my dude. Like, this was probably this card was so good, this might actually have been the third best match of the night, but this match was tremendous. These are two of the best women's wrestlers in the company, and they showed it. They beat the hell out of each other. Obviously, Shirai had to win because of her recent heel turn, and she ended up choking LaRae out to the Koji clutch. I don't remember if LaRae tapped or if she passed out. I think she might have passed out. I'm not sure if she tapped, so at least she looks strong that way. But tremendous match. They finally got to be themselves. I'm glad they got a chance to showcase their talents. Got a good 15-minute match. And yeah, even though LaRae lost, she didn't look weak coming out of this, and Shirai looked fucking great. Next up, let's go to the triple threat match for the North American title, the Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. This got 17 minutes and 24 seconds. And this was somehow better than the match that preceded it. I mean, I'm not surprised. These are all tremendous wrestlers. And I was really conflicted about this one because at first I thought Roddy was going to win because, again, I thought the Era was getting all the belts. But after after the Fish and O'Reilly lost to start the show, I'm like, oh shit, Pete could win this. But to be honest, I thought Dream retaining was the least likely result. But that's exactly what happened. Dream retained. It ended with Strong hit the end of Heartache on Dunn, but then Dream flew in out of nowhere with Purple Rainmaker, Jesus, can't speak, elbow, and hit it and pinned Dunn. So Roddy didn't take the pin, so Roddy could still get another match versus Dream. Dunn took the pin. And Velveteen Dream retains. For now, at least. Spoilers, by the way, well, they already aired this at this point on NXT. They aired today. Jordan Miles, former ACH, won a tournament, and I believe he gets a title match now. I imagine he'll pick Dream in a North American title. So could Miles take the belt? Don't know about that, but it should be a good match regardless. So Dream's not getting called up yet then if he still has a North American belt. Does this mean Dunn's getting called up now? I don't know what the plans for Pete Dunne are now, because he's not in the title scene at NXT UK right now. He just lost this title match. I really don't know what the plans for Pete Dunne are, but he could be getting called up, maybe. But regardless, the match was tremendous. Up next, probably the weakest match of the night, Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim. compared to everything else, it felt weak, because not necessarily because it was a bad match. They got 14 minutes, 35 seconds, shortest match tonight. But, like, it was very weak compared to everything that came before it, you know? It wasn't necessarily a bad match, but I don't know if I would say it was a TakeOver quality match. Pretty slow match, and they, it mainly was focusing around Yim was targeting Baszler's leg the entire match, and they were working that. Oh no, her arm, excuse me, not her leg, her arm, because it was her arm which she uses to do her submission. So that's why Yim was targeting that. But then Baszler got her in a head scissors, and Yim just tapped to the head scissors to end the match. So it was fine. That match did kind of show me, though, that Mia wasn't ready for the belt. So looking back at it, I'm kind of happy Shayna retained. And it just didn't really fit the TakeOver quality, if I'm being honest. It was a little too slow, and I don't know if they have the best chemistry, if I'm being perfectly honest. One of Shayna's weaker matches in a little bit. But now, the main event. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match. First fall was a singles match. Gargano, they fought for a while. By the way, this match ended up being 46 minutes, 41 seconds. Gargano ended up getting disqualified because he hit Cole with a chair, but he used that in his advantage because second fall is a street fight, and then Gargano made Cole tap to the Gargano escape, so it was 1-1. And then the third fall was like, I guess, a barbed wire steel cage. It was basically the Ambrose Asylum. Remember when they did an awful Ambrose Asylum match with Jericho and Ambrose? Although the thumbtack spot was cool, and then like they just had a bunch of whack shit on there. This was basically that, but it actually had actual weapons. And the match was already tremendous up to that point, but they just fucking, like, good God. They did a Panama Sunrise, like, awful ladder, and then Gargano hit a front foot pile driver as well. I mean, they both were, and the finish was they both climbed up onto the cage, and they had table sit up, and they both fell off the cage through the table, because Gargano had cut off a piece of the barbed wire from the cage and was trying to hit Cole with it, but Cole grabbed his arm and they both fell through, and then Cole got his arm over Gargano, and Cole wins and retains. After the pay-per-view, also, Johnny got a send-off and everything, so I imagine he's getting called up. But what a fucking match. I take Dave Meltzer's opinion with a grain of salt, mainly because he's wrong about mostly everything he reports, but he gave their first 2 matches, he gave the first one 5.5 stars, he gave the second one 5.25. This one was the best of the 3 in my opinion, so I think this might have been 6. So it'll be interesting to see what he gives this, because I think he might just give it 6. But what a fucking match. Like, this match was, I thought they were going to kill each other. Like, this was one of the best feud enders I've ever seen in wrestling, and one of the best matches I've ever seen, period. It was absolutely tremendous. So, Gargano might be done in NXT, period. What does Cole move on to now? No clue, if I'm being honest. I have no clue what Cole moves on to, but it should be interesting. But, what a fucking show. It really was. Like, what an incredible show. I mean, Jesus. It was just an incredible show. Definitely, obviously, it was a takeover. Takeovers are always incredible. There have been some weaker takeovers. This definitely wasn't one of them. This, again, the main event was just one of the best matches I've ever seen. Definitely best match of the night. If I were to rank the matches, I'd say main event was obviously the best. Second best was the triple threat. Shirai and LaRae third best. Tag team match fourth best. And Shayna Mia last. Out of the 5 matches, the only match I would say that was weak was Shayna Mia. Again, I just don't think they have the best chemistry. So who the hell is going to beat Shayna? I don't know. But a lot of questions about the future of NXT. A lot of questions. The next TakeOver is going to be War Games. Again, War Games 3, I think. And that is on November 23rd, Survivor Series weekend. So there won't be a TakeOver for a couple of months, but that should be a good one. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for my review of TakeOver Toronto 2019. Incredible card. Again, I think Meltzer might come out with his ratings like tomorrow, so I'm very interested to see what he gives. Again, I don't usually take his reports very seriously. I do like his star rating, so it'll be very interesting to see what he gives this main event. I bet it's going to be 6 stars. But that is going to do it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to follow any of my social media links, they're down below. Thank you to all 20 of my Patrons who help support both my channels. You're all named in the description. The reward I offer to my patrons is on my main channel where I do reaction videos. They get to see reaction videos one day early. If this channel only has like 216 subs, but if this channel were to gain more traction, I'd probably offer rewards regarding to this channel on the Patreon as well, maybe in the future. But my name is Noah Taft. This is my review of NXT TakeOver Toronto 2019. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.